Now that we have set up the event sponsors, what we can do is we can have a look at how this detail looks in the sponsors table. We can hover over the sponsors in the top menu and click on the sponsors below, and then we are led here where all of the details are shown according to the listing we want. And now you can see we have some batch processes here, which is email, or I can mark their entitlements as received, which we'll jump into later. And now you can see all trade, so which means we are listing all of the sponsors here, whether they have paid, whether they have been checked or incomplete or anything. Everything is listed here. Now let's click on unchecked. So we don't have someone whose sponsorship is checked right now. And let's further go to incomplete, and you can see their sponsorship is incomplete till the point I check them or mark them as completed. And all of them for now are outstanding because they haven't paid. Now let's do it one step further. Go inside one of them and click on the company name. It will lead me inside of the sponsor view. Now you can see here we have all of the details of the company name available here, company available here. We have the purchase order, we have the checked button here. If we check them, it will be marked as like received, or this is actually going to be a sponsor. Now I have some documents here. If I click on docs, you can see you can download the invoice, you can download the full invoice, or you can download a letter, and then we can find out more details about the sponsor. We can click on details. You can see all of the details about the company can be filled here and can be also manipulated from here. So we have primary contact as Isabel Ezzy. We can remove her, we can modify any of the modify any of the details that we want about the company, and will be reflected across the board, which means that it will be reflected across sponsor companies as well if we change something here. So let's go to the next one, which is the items, which is the thing we have given them. So we gave them a gold package, and the gold package is listed here, which cost them $100. And now let's go and find out what entitlements were given to them. So you cannot find the entitlements. You can find the entitlements. Entitlements cannot be modified from here. To modify entitlements, you can click here to reach the listing of entitlements where you can modify the entitlement. Now if I go back to the sponsors and find out the setup, we can find out if we gave them any entitlements. So we gave them LED lights for the cryo site, and for the Peak International Group we gave them LED lights again, and in the package 2 we gave them again 10 registrations. Now even if I click on one of them and go to entitlements, these are not shown here. However, we cannot also change them unless we can change them from the setup itself. So this is a limitation here. We cannot change the entitlements. And then let's go to registrations. Here we can show who from the company's contacts list has registered for this event. Suppose my contact people were, if I go into details again, if someone from this list, Nicole Pendini, or if any secondary contact was existing here, if any of them had registered for this event, the registrations would show here. All right. And now coming to the payment section, which is the main thing. Now we have payments which are pending. It's $31.50, and it is for 3 items, which is the gold package, and you can see it's free. We haven't asked them for any money on this one. For the LED lights, we charged them $10, and for the silver package we charged them $20. So there are multiple ways to pay. Let's say we pay by direct deposit, confirm payment, and now their payment is done. Now this will appear in sponsor finance once my sponsor is checked. So let's give them a discount after their payment, let's say I want to give them a discount of, we can also charge them for something and make them pay more, and we can create a discount for them. I want to give the arbitrary method and select an invoice item. I want to give them a discount on silver. Let's say I want to give them $50 back, and click on add. Now if you go back to the payment section, I owe them money. So you can see I owe them $50. I can do this via a refund, which is going to be uh, giving them a major discount. And let's confirm this payment. Now, again, this is also going to be pending until the admin approves it from the sponsor finance. Now, let's go to reconciliations and see what's there. You can see I have um the, the name of the company here, the description, and the value. And then we have all of the transactions that happened. They took a gold sponsorship, LED lights, and silver package. Now they have a discount as well. That all is shown here. Now we can go back and see what's left. We have emails. We can email the users, which is going to be basically the primary contact for this event, contact for event. We can select an email template which is going to be pre-filled. Either is going to be from the global template of the events or from the event templates itself. Let's search for something. Let's say A. I hope, okay, we have not added any global templates for now. We can type in a sender here. Let's say I want to send this email from test plus 4228 email address. I want to send this from here and select a subject, sponsorship completed. And let's fill in some random content. Dear company, your sponsorship is complete. And then thanks, admin. And we can also attach some files, attach invoice, attach sponsorship letter, and we can also BCC the sender, blind carbon copy to the sender, so that we can have a copy. And we can click on preview as well. We can see the live preview of this, and we can click on send, and this message or email goes through. Now we can see the same email sent in this email. We can see this in the communications. This email was sent, and we can see what content was sent. We can see this, and that's it about the sponsors inner flow. And if I go back now, I'll check this one. I mark this as checked, save changes. Now Peak International Group has been checked, and now if I go back to the listings of sponsors by clicking here, you can see if I click on unchecked, there's going to be just one entry, and if I click on incomplete, you can see there's just one. And however, on the outstanding there are going to be two, because on the Peak International Group I haven't approved their payments yet. So now I'll jump into the finance section next to see how we are dealing with finance and approving these transactions. Thank you. Now we'll drill down further into the sponsorship reporting, which this is a basic report here. However, if we hover down on the sponsors, we can see full reports inside of the sponsor section. Let's click on reports, and now you can see I have 6 reports here. You can see trade, which I already explained, that is the basic detail of how many companies have been onboarded for this event to be able to work as a sponsor or act as a sponsor. And we have some batch processes here, and then we have an outstanding report which shows basically whoever has paid the money, and then whoever has not paid the money actually. And then we have participation report which shows us which participation type each company took. So this Peak International Group took event sponsorship type, and their sponsorship name was silver. They took a quantity of 1, how much they paid. And then we can also print this report, and let's just print one. Let's click on print, and you can see I have this file here which shows me just this report. and let's close it. You can see I have an exhibitor type too, although no one took the exhibitor type packages. However, I have two advertising type packages, one by Peak International Group and one by Cryosite Limited, and these are the costs incurred for them. And this is about the participation report. And then we have the items that we designed for them. We can say that for the event we have one called sponsorship, event sponsorship, it's called silver, its cost is this. And for the advertising we have gold and gold with no exhibitor space with different costs. These are basically the reports here. We can have the entitlement report as well, who took what entitlements. So LED lights was taken by Peak International Group, and LED lights was also taken by Cryosite Limited. And then free 10 registrations were taken by Peak International Group. And I haven't added any notes, so the notes are not applicable here. So we have one batch process which can be done here, which is marking entitlements as received, and which we'll do later. And let's uncheck these. Now we can go and see reconciliation for this sponsorship, and you can see we can select the accounting type as accrual or cash, and from the dates, what dates are applicable and what the final date is. And you can see currently you can see everything here. You can see event sponsorship, which is of $21. Advertising, here VAT is included, and again advertising, because no costs were incurred here, or no one purchased this, or however. So you can see this advertising section here, someone took the gold, no exhibitor spaces, and they were not charged anything for it. And the entitlements report, someone took LED lights and paid $10 for it, or are going to pay $10 for it. And then we have discount section, and total comes out to be we have $21 in minus outstanding. And then we can go back and see the ledger showing all of the transactions that happened inside of this, and you can see all of those details here. That's it about the sponsorship reporting. Thank you.